What does a wrestler do if nature calls during a match? Do they just go ahead and go in their trunks or tights?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Now, here, we have taken this journey where for 3 years we did the drive-through to a limited but passionate audience of our VIP members. And finally, we break into the big time and we get a spot and we're doing these record numbers. And the first question of the second show is about whether people shit in their pants or not.
I think it's actually a great question.
Well, I mean, there's a multiples of things that can happen. You pretty much, it's like Bill Watson and flat tires when you were late. You should have fixed your flat tires before you left for the trip. You pretty much, once you're in the ring, you should have done what you needed to do. If these things come up, unless you're unhealthy, unless you got stomach flu or whatever, pretty much you in an athletic endeavor like that, if you've pissed before you've gone to the ring and you're sweating, you're really not going to need to piss. That very rarely comes up. Although in our Broadways, I did have actually, we were in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Dorton Arena, defending the NWA World Tag Team Championship, the Midnight Express of Eaton and Condrey and I against Wahoo McDaniel and Ronnie Garvin. And we had to go an hour Broadway, and I did actually ask for a spot to be inserted where one of the baby faces would chase me the fucking back so I could piss. Because I wasn't sweating as bad as they were. And also it was like 40 degrees in the fucking building. It was in wintertime in Raleigh. The old time fans can remember what I'm talking about. Anyway, but there have been numerous instances. I mean, too many to recount of guys shitting in their tights when they either had a stomach flu or in the case of, I remember one time Sam Bass in Louisville, about 1973. I saw the fans' picture of this. He wore white trunks, white long tights and trunks against the McGuire twins. All the managers fought the McGuire twins, world's largest twins, 600 pounds apiece. And when they did the spot where the managers got trapped in the corner and the McGuires charged in and gave them the belly bump, Sam Bass was against the turnbuckles in the back and big brown fucking giant.
Oh.
Yeah. And I've done the very first Smoky Mountain Wrestling house show. The first two shows we actually ran, well, the first legitimate show we ran, maybe legitimate might not be the word for it, was a TV taping. And then the second time we actually ran as Smoky Mountain Wrestling was a house show in Morristown, Tennessee, where it was me and Stan Lane against Tim Horner and Jerry Williams, the principal of East High School. And because of that connection and people want to see what went on and et cetera, our TV hadn't gone on the air yet. That's why we need something local to draw a crowd. So I can't remember off the top of my head, but I believe we had about 700-800 people for our second show in Morristown, Tennessee, which wasn't bad, but it was see the principal beat me up. I get a horrible food poisoning, stomach flu. I don't know what it was. Right before the afternoon of the match. And I'm laying in the Red Roof Inn in Knoxville so sick that I can't even go to my own show. I don't want to get there early because the difference between going back and forth in the bathroom from a bed in a hotel room to shit and throw up is less trouble than in the locker room. So I knew Sandy Scott was there and blah, blah, blah. I said, I'll be there. I think I told Hildebrand, I'll be there like my second match so I can get dressed because we got to do this. And I got there and I laid in the floor and I refrained now. I was almost dehydrated anyway, but I'd been able to refrain from shitting or puking or whatever for about an hour and a half from the time that I left to go there till I got there, laid down on the floor and got dressed. We go out in the goddamn match and every time I fall down, I shit myself. Every time, if I'm on the offense, if I, was just get down and fucking kick, I shit myself. Any motion, especially on his comeback, I take like 3 bumps. I threw those tights away, as a matter of fact, it was horrible. That happens on a, and then when he pinned me with the point of his elbow in my throat, in my windpipe. Because he didn't know any better. He'd never wrestled before. He's like fucking 60 years old and body slammed me. When he body slammed me, he got shit all over his arm. And then I shit again when he slammed me and then went for the cover. And then I couldn't breathe.
Oh my God.
But, so, I mean, at one point or another, the guys have all gone through that, either because you ate some or you're sick or whatever, and you take a hard enough bump or somebody lands on you, I hope we've answered your question. What was this guy's name? John?
John in Ohio.
John, I hope that you're satisfied.